I'm 75 later this year. I have no debt, no children, and no life insurance. So I wanted to leave provisions specifically for burial and some amount for two nieces. I had thought of perhaps funding that through monies in a ladder CD, so that that money would be readily available when needed. What would you advise in that regard? I do have some money in the model allocations, but also what allocation would you suggest that I follow for that as well? I'm not taking any income, just using pension and Social Security.
Okay. So a couple of key things there. And this is the thing that you have to remember as we're talking about Margaret's situation. She just kind of laid out some specifics there. So if you're listening and you're trying to apply this advice to your own situation, make sure your situation looks a lot like Margaret's. So the key things that I keyed in on there were no debt, no children, no life insurance. Well, if you don't have anyone who is going to be burdened by your passing that was dependent on your assets or your income, then you probably don't have a big need for life insurance unless you're on the other end of the spectrum and you're doing some fairly complicated estate planning where you can use that life insurance to provide tax-free income if somebody is going to have a burden of paying tax on their inheritance or something like that. So, I think that doing a CD ladder has become a very attractive thing to do right now. We've been seeing a lot of, in the 5% plus and minus range for shorter term CDs, anywhere from 9 months to a year and a half. So we haven't seen this in the CD market in a very, very long time. And I think it can be a good plan. So what I suggest is that you include all of your investable assets as one portfolio. Now, you want to carve out of that any emergency savings that you have or any short-term needs that you might have. And you want to follow one asset allocation strategy. Since you're not dependent on the income, since you're not taking income from the portfolio, I would lean more toward the 65 plus model, and we're about to have a few revisions there. So what I would say is stay tuned and take a look at that. If you're a partner managing your own portfolio and you're not taking advantage of that portfolio tracker, I have a hard time figuring out how you might be able to do a good job managing, because it's such a simple tool. It allows you to see, once you get all of your assets put in there, the assets for your portfolio, exactly what you should be doing. So I think a CD ladder could make a lot of sense for you.